Hello everyone, and welcome back to StoneBlock. In this video, we're going to be going over some things I maybe did off camera, and seeing if we can further the questline and maybe rush somehow into digital storage. But first, we'll probably need power generation, so we're going to also look into that. Okay, so first you maybe noticed that yes, I'm wearing armor, and yes, I have a backpack. That came from just putting leather on the campfire and making the backpack. It's a really easy recipe. Just leather and string, which I think we got from like brushing, or maybe we killed spiders for that. I can't remember. And you may notice there's some more chests. I just kind of crafted that because I was dumping some stuff into storage and making a fence for the animals. I'd mentioned that in the past episode, but I did it off camera because, you know, digging out a big pen area would just be boring on camera. Smelted up some more resources in the furnace, so I'm just going to deposit those really quickly. And yeah, additionally, I expanded the farm and then set up these little pipe automations for the unearthers. These pipes were actually given to us in a quest. I believe it was in the unearther quest. Yeah, right here, these item pipes from Oritech. And the cool thing about them is you don't even need a wrench to do anything to them. You can just right click them with your hand. And this is pulling out all of the stuff from brushing. And then you can insert brushes here. And this is the archaeologist. I just kind of marked what they do: dirt, dust, mud, and sand. And then the geologist does gravel, soil sand, and crushed kiwi. So we're growing wheat and potatoes, and I did make sure to, in the claim chunk, force load. Let me stand away from these guys, they're so loud. I did make sure to force claim my chunks, so my entire farm was ready for me when I logged back on. As you can see, it says up there day 280. I do leave the world running permanently on the server because I self-host my own server, so it has been running for a while. So if you see the day counter jump between recording sessions, that's probably why. I do that because I need stuff to run while I'm not playing, because I don't play this game 24/7. I have a life outside of playing games. But with that being said, it's time to show you guys the mob farm, or I guess the mob pen. Check this out. We've got little sectioned areas for all of the different animals with grass. To get the grass, I brushed dirt for grass seeds from the Just Another Grass Seed mod. You can just get it from brushing, and then I placed a few here and there, and normal grass grows spread it, except over here where the sheep keep eating it. And yeah, I pretty much separated them out into pins. That was a long and arduous process, and some of them may have died and been rebred, but I think there should be like at least 6 in each pin now. But yeah, that is another thing that I did. I also cleaned up this hallway. I pushed this back, and yeah. So I believe our next step, I want to figure out how to generate power. And to do that, I think lava might be our best bet. And to get lava, we have to talk to an echo. So let's go meet this echo of the machinist. And in doing so, we'll get lava. We'll be able to make a cobblestone generator, which will be nice. And then the auto hammer as well to crush down whatever we need. And then give it to these guys, and that'll be our early game resource generation. We also might want to look into the cow for maybe like a lava cow, or I read online that there was also like maybe a lava chicken somewhere that we could get. Yeah, the lava and water chicken. Yeah, we should get that as well, because having lava will definitely be able to make power from that, because we have Mekanism, yeah, the heat generator. And then later on, you also have the magmator to use lava for power. That is a good way to make it. I have no idea what this is. This looks like Oritech, though. Let's see. Power, of course. Of course you're going to use power for the reactors. Those are good. The thermogenerator. Yeah. So let's go meet this echo, the echo of the machinist. So to get there, I'm not sure exactly where to go. Probably back to spawn, but when I pulled this action pad up, I noticed we had this route to guidance. I don't know where this leads me, so... Oh, never mind. Okay, it looks like we have to go back to lobby, and then we might be able to do that. See, I want to check this out, because I don't think this guy really has anything for us. Well, maybe. Helper acquisition confirmed success likelihood has significantly increased. This is because we captured the villager using the echo encoder, so we were able to complete task 3. Let's see what the next task is. Okay, with these tokens, the work is now able to reboot the archives of 3 additional echoes. Their upgrades will assist you in restoring the first segments of the world engine. The echoes may appear similar in form, but each has had the personality of their most successful predecessors artificially recreated. We hope this is to your liking. Each echo can be found in the lobby above within their respective archives. Your quest book allows you to set a waypoint on your map with each of their locations. The Echo of the Quartermaster manages knowledge on storage systems and other general miscellaneous items. The Echo of the Machinist specializes in mechanical systems and basic automated machinery. The Echo of the Magician focuses on arcane and magical sources. I also want to set up Ars Nouveau because I've learned some things about this mod and farming that you can do in terms of source farming early game and in terms of using them to automate mob drops. That would also be a good thing to do. So it wants us to return to him once we have completed the Quartermasters and at least one additional Echo's World Engine upgrade. With the Worker token, the Echo of Guidance has unlocked more archives for you to visit. Within them are the new Echoes, whose tasks will allow you to upgrade the World Engine. Make sure to go meet each one, as they might have a gift for you. The World Engine has plenty of upgrades, with only a few being required to advance. Each tier requires at least 2 upgrades to complete it by working with the Echoes. No, major upgrades will be required, while minor upgrades are optional. Okay, so we got an updated shop and some coins. Oh, and tier 1. Look at that. Okay. So this is how we further unlock upgrades for the world engine, it seems. And it looks like we might be retiring this quest line. This was a good quest line. I think if we finish this, we'll have completed every quest and it might show up green here, which is what I want to do. I would like to complete every quest in the pack if I can, at least in the main story progression path. So let us figure out where we are going. So I see the waypoints that the quest added show up as beacons in the world. So let's remove those because I don't want beacons in the world, and we can find them manually. So first I want to talk to the Machinist. Hello, Mr. Machinist. You are a create guy, I see. Hello. So you're the new helper. Not sure how much you'll be able to get done with those soft, clean hands. Hey, come on now. I can do hard work, I promise. But I'm more than happy to be surprised. Let's make sure you've at least got the basics before you go off and do your own thing. Here, take this tool, prep. Oh my god. Here, take this tool, prep for you ahead of time. Task, claim the entropy manipulator. Alright, that entropy manipulator should have enough energy to convert some stone into lava, which you can then turn into obsidian. It's the only material you can get right now that can handle the alloy infusion you'll need for the next world engine upgrade. You'll need to make some train casings first. These should serve as a strong base for the next casings we'll be infusing. Okay, so we are going to be using create with this guy. That's cool. Let's go check out the other echoes. I think we'll do the magician next. Ooh, we've got all the Ars Nouveau stuff around here. Look at this. What is that? I've never even seen that. Very, very cool. We got all the floating candles. They're not lit, though. Maybe we can't light them. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. Let's talk to this guy. Greetings, Seeker of Wisdom. I assume you wish to uncover the magical ways of the world in order to restore the world engine. Even within this endless stone world, source yet flows. 'Tis drawn from the very foundations of the world and the lifeblood inhabiting the stone. Begin by acquiring resources imbued with magical essence. Seek out the archwood, born of saplings unearthed by your assistance. And craft archwood planks, and we can come back and talk to this guy. Now, I didn't check the shop of the other guy, but I will be doing that now. So you can get fertilizer. Okay, ink. Oh, you can buy ink. That's going to be so helpful for late game unlocking spells. You can just buy them if you have a renewable way to get these coins at least. You can get a brewing stand. Aura's max mana upgrade. Okay, so this is another way you can use your player upgrades. Casting speed, spell cooldown. A bunch of different magical upgrades that this guy sells. Let us go check out the shop of the Machinist. All right, buddy, I'm back. Let me take a look at your wares. You can buy train tracks. Apparently they're a shop exclusive item. Connector from BBL routers. That is a new mod from what I'm hearing, and it is a really nice way to send multiple different things using one item or one block. I saw it in a video recently. He's playing all the mods 10 to the sky. Let's see, we've got our initialization into create using a hand crank. I don't know why I would want to spend money on that, to be honest with you. Actually additions, augments, and then a drill, I guess, from actually additions. Attack speed upgrade, battery, an entropy manipulator. We can buy a full one for 10. And then an external heater from immersive engineering. Interesting. You can buy a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay, mysterious cube. This is, I guess, how we get into AE. So yeah, we should definitely start pushing this guy's quest line if we want to get into AE, which we definitely do. And to unlock energy, this also seems to be where we would probably start. We could at least get this and maybe kickstart something using that. But yeah, let's go check out the Quartermaster next. That was the one that the first Echo name dropped that we had to do this guy's stuff. So we should go visit him. It's natural that he'd have barrels on the way. Oh, sophisticated barrels too. Look at that. This guy's room's all decorated. It's like a dripstone lush cave. Howdy, stranger. Been a hot minute since I've seen one of your kind around these parts. I'll cut straight to the chase. I'm gonna give you some chores, and when they're done, you can repair that rusty old world engine with this old quartermaster's know-how. As it is, I'm the proud owner of one of the major upgrades for the world engine, so unfortunately for you, you've got to do as you're told no matter what. I'm just messing with you. Well, kinda. The machine blocks are essential, but I'll be nice and keep your first job real easy. Go out there and make a machine that can make circuits and metallic alloys and a sturdy casing component. Try not to get your hands stuck in the infusion intake like Mary Beth done last summer. Bless her heart. This guy, I'm gonna love voicing this guy's lines. As a true southerner myself, this is my jam. So we need to craft a metallurgic infuser and a dielectric casing. So let's go ahead and pin those recipes using JEI. Oh, we're gonna get into Mekanism. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And we also need to make a dielectric casing. Okay, from Power. So they're pushing us into Power too. Let's go, dude. So, speaking to those guys, seem to have unlocked these quests for us. With more archives unlocked, it is time to explore the lobby and find the Echo of the Magician. Work with this Echo to unlock the source upgrade for your world engine. Okay. Then an Arcane Grove locator. So we met the Quartermaster. I'm not going to read it. It's going to be the same thing, except we just got the Echo of the Quartermaster. So then we also got the Gift of Pebbles. Mega bulk storage component. Okay, let's see what we get from this. It could be something good, apparently. All right. And then meet the machinist. We just got money. Come on, man. Are we serious? We just got basic upgrades. Okay. Whatever. All right, now that we're done talking to him, let's go back home. So now that we're back, first things first, we're definitely going to look into crafting these items here. They're going to facilitate our journey through this mod pack a little bit better. The auto hammer, like I mentioned before, will automatically, we just got given a stick, will automatically break things down for us. Yeah, right here. It will automatically break stuff down, and I don't even think it requires power. And then the cobblestone generator, of course, will just generate cobblestone for us. So I believe all that we need to do to just get lava at this point is fairly simple. We just do this. Yeah, and that gives us lava. And we're, of course, going to get a bunch of advancements for that. So let's look at this quest. We're going to get that completed. Okay, we're just going to craft these. Let's go ahead and work on crafting those up. First, we're going to need an iron hammer for the auto hammer, and then iron, gold, glass, and redstone. So that should be easy. There's iron, gold, glass, redstone. So let's go ahead and make a fresh iron hammer to use for this quest. We're going to need some sticks, which we have plenty of here. Got an iron hammer, and then boom, we have the auto hammer. And now we need compressed stone, which we get from that. And how many pieces of that do we need? It looks like we need 6, so we're going to need 9 times 6, which is 54 compressed stone. We have 37, so we're going to need 17 pieces of stone to go into our furnace here. And that will get us the 54 stone that we need that we can use to craft the cobblestone generator. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to look up the metallurgic infuser. It looks like it is just a simple craft with 2 furnaces, osmium, and yeah, this is just the base Mekanism recipe. So if you've ever played it before, you know it's going to be the same. So we've got 1 furnace. Oops, I should have shift clicked to make 2. And then we need our osmium, which I believe we should have some of. Yep, there we go. And we've got the metallurgic infuser. That's also really loud. I need to figure out how to mute that, or at least turn it down a little bit. Looks like our furnace is done smelting. We've got the 54 stone that we need. We can get rid of that. We can compress our stone, and we can craft the stone cobble generator, and we get to keep our buckets. All right, that was a really loud sound, but I guess that's because we completed the quest chapter. Let's go. Now we only have this one to work on, and all these other ones, but that'll be later. Got lava. Now we need to make obsidian plates, and that is just create. So we need to figure out, let's see, obsidian dust. Maybe we can get into this. Yeah, we definitely can. So electric casing, early power suggestions. We're gonna make a heat generator because that's gonna be the easiest form of power generation. Let's see how we can make cables for that. I know we have the Mekanism cables, and I think I would prefer to use those if they exist. Here we go. The basic universal cable. It's just gonna be steel with redstone, and to make steel, it's always just gonna be iron and coal. We may not have too much iron and coal, which means, yeah, okay, here we go. Here's some iron, and we also have coal. But I was going to say, I also learned how to do this, which is Shift K. You can compact stuff, but I don't think it works on this one because it doesn't know the recipe is an 8 recipe craft. And I was thinking about why that would be, and I figured it out. It is because each piece of coal burns 8 items, and 8 pieces of tiny coal makes 1 piece of regular coal. So that's why it is 8 and not 9. So what we can do here, throw this 6 and this 3 in here, throw our iron clusters in, get rid of everything else. All right, now that our inventory is cleared up, we can go ahead and place our auto hammer and cobblestone generator. So what I think I want to do, actually, before we do that, is craft up a drawer for the cobblestone to go into. So I think what I need for a drawer is just a simple recipe. You need a chest inside of, chest inside of another chest recipe, and that gets you a drawer. And what I imagine these guys did is if you just do that, it goes down. Yep. That makes a lot of sense. You just place that on there and it goes right in. And then similarly, I would imagine that if you just put, okay, so it looks like you might need to input items here and maybe output them there, or yeah, do that. Put them on an inventory there. So it looks like if you either pipe them in or place an inventory containing something, it will automatically hammer it up. Okay. That's cool. And then I imagine if we have another inventory there, it will automatically output to the side. Yes, that does seem to be the case. So now we are getting gravel. So we have our metallurgic infuser, but we need a way to power it. What I'm going to do is make this heat generator first. So we need iron, osmium, copper, furnace, and planks. So iron, osmium, copper, and then stone for a furnace, and we have planks in our inventory. So make the furnace and make the heat generator. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so with our heat generator, what we can do is lava log it. And then when we lava log it, it will begin producing power. You can also just place lava on any side around it, and it will begin producing power as well. So we are going to just clear out a little bit of an area for this power generation and just power usage section that we're going to be doing. And we can light up the area a little bit. It'll be better for you guys to see the video. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make an area here for some heat generators to go into. And I'm actually going to go ahead and place this one here. And then this lava bucket that I have can lava log it. And when it has lava on all sides like that, it will begin to produce lava quicker. So if I do this, hopefully it won't start coming out. Yeah. So right now it's making 20.8 FE per tick. But when I take this away, it is now making 14 FE per tick. So it is beneficial to have lava on every side because it starts making more FE per tick when it is surrounded by more lava. So what I'm actually going to do is pick up this lava, and then I'm going to craft up some more buckets here and pick up the lava that is inside and to this side. And then maybe I can grab it without breaking. I'm not going to be unsure. I'm going to be safe rather than sorry when I find out that I can't do that. So what I am going to do is place this lava, I guess not right next to something wooden. We'll place it over here. And then grab this one from back here. Lock this off with cobblestone and grab this. And then we can use our entropy manipulator on these blocks down here and turn them to lava as well. Okay, now that we have all of those done, you may be wondering, how are you going to place it? The best way that I can think of to place the heat generator now will be to shift on this side of the block, right? And then what we can do is we can, for each one that we place, we can then do this position here. And that way it's surrounded on multiple sides and it's producing a bunch of Fe per tick. So we're just going to plop our metallurgic infuser down here. And then hopefully we can maybe interact with this guy. Seems like right now we need to be able to make use of our generator. And to be able to do that, the power output for the metallurgic infuser is on this backside. So what I would need to do is to be able to use it, at least for right now, before we get cables, we have to place this here. And that gives us access to our metallurgic infuser. So I'm going to put 8 coal in here and then 4 iron ingots, because each one will make an enriched iron, and then an enriched iron back in the metallurgic infuser will give us a steel blend, which they can then smelt and get steel ingots. So while that's working over there, I'm going to come over here and place all of this cobblestone that I have in from mining out that area into this drawer so that the hammer can begin crushing it down. I'm also going to take this gravel that it has made and bring it over here to the geologist. And this is the input barrel for the geologist, so we're just going to give that to him, and he will begin working. We also got a diamond. Okay, I'm going to keep that because it's going to make a loud noise when I put this in my inventory. Apparently, this guy has started leveling up, so he can get us diamonds now, which is really good. We can get diamonds from nothing but cobblestone. That's really nice. See how this guy's going to keep brushing that up. It sounds like our infuser is done. So we're going to take this enriched iron and throw it back in with the remaining 4 carbon that we have. We're going to make 4 steel dust. And then from that, we can then smelt it up in our furnace over there. And that will allow us to make steel, which we can then use to make cables and bring up out of here and essentially not have to have this little hole in the wall that we're working out of right now. That my next thing that I would want to make would probably be something maybe for the quests. Yeah, the dielectric casing. So let's see, the dielectric paste, that is the same recipe as normal, which is good to see. I do like that. So yeah, we need charcoal or coal and then clay, or we can use the blaze powder recipe, but seeing as that we don't have access to the nether, we are going to go with the former recipe. So now we have our steel dust. We can take that over and throw that in our furnace. I do think I want to use the tiny coal if I can. Let's see if we have a few more pieces over here. We just have regular coal, but we can craft that into tiny coal. There really is no excuse to be wasting resources here when we have tiny coal. So now that we have our steel ingots, let's see, we've got a quest for that. I guess that's for a mechanism quest. We'll check that out in just a minute. The next thing I want to do is go ahead and work through power if we can. We need to make the dielectric casing, which means we need to make dielectric paste, which I have the recipe pinned. I don't know why I'm blanking on what I need. Okay, now that we have the coal, I need to get clay somewhere. Do we have clay anywhere? I don't think so. I think we need to get sand to give to our guy to brush for clay. Oh, hey, look at that. The work off camera paid off. So we now have clay. We can now craft some dielectric. Oh, Loot B. Hello. Another crystal chest. Thank you, sir. An egg. Wow. So generous. Another egg. Even with more generosity. And a honeycomb. Okay. So let's go ahead and craft up this cable. I'm missing redstone. We've got it right there. Go ahead and craft up that cable. Okay. So apparently we get a quest for that. Please do not go in the lava. Now we can place the lava back. And let's get some more cobblestone. I didn't show what was in my backpack before, but just some basic items like the echo encoder, the ender lead, these pipes that I was using for that. So let's grab some more cobblestone and chuck it in here and just kind of tidy up the area. I know stone is not the best, but eventually what I want to do, I have an idea. I want to use like stone bricks, oak logs, like stripped going up there with like maybe some spruce trap doors, stuff like that. Apparently you can have cables in lava? I was not aware of this fact, but I wanted to place that there. Okay, it looks like the only side that can interface with this is through the back, which is okay because we can bring that up like so. And then because of that, it looks like we can just have lava on any side we want. Yeah, I don't really see a reason to not have lava on every single side then. Let's go ahead and make sure that we are placing this the right way. And then what we can do is place down our infuser, making sure to connect the cable there. Boom. So now our infuser has power, and we can bring this cable line fully along this way for more machines to hook up to. And then as we get more heat generators, we can place them in along this face and then turn this into lava and get a bunch of power generation from that. Dielectric casing, which we have the dielectric paste for. So we can, is that not the recipe? That's okay. We can figure it out. We have the need for iron bars. So we can make some iron bars like so. And then we can use them to do our crafts like so. And I believe, yeah, we're going to get 16 of each. And then to make the dielectric casing that we need, we just need iron, which we have. Cool. So that is that quest completed. Next up, we can now come to the power and claim our power quest, and then some money for doing the mechanism quests. To begin making more steel, yeah, I'm going to need more coal. And while that is working, what else can we be doing? I think that it might be time to push create. Yeah, here we go. So we need to somehow get into create. We're going to find out a way to make andesite first, because that will be our intro into create. So we can get andesite pebbles, or we can do diorite and cobblestone. This might be the way to do it, because unearthing dirt will get you that. Okay, this is level 5. So at level 1, which is I think what my guy is, we'll need to do dirt. So let's go ahead and make a bunch of dirt with our gravel like this. Turn it into dirt. Uncompress the dirt, which you can do with Shift L, and then pipe that dirt in for this guy to begin working on it, and we are getting andesite pebbles, which we can then use to craft up into some andesite. And then using andesite and iron nuggets, we can make andesite alloy. All right, so we now have unlocked the create progression, and they give you a free wrench. Nice. So we are definitely going to need more than one andesite alloy. We're going to need a lot more. Okay, in the meantime, our enriched iron has crafted, so we need to throw back in to get more steel. Dust. So let's see, you need more brushes. Can we start making better brushes now? You make a regular brush using copper, or a diamond brush that has a lot of durability. We just need a diamond, a brush, and an upgrade. How do you make that upgrade? Okay, I think we'll just use regular brushes for now, but we need feathers for that, and we only have 2 feathers. How do we get more feathers? Looks like a feather chicken. What? Might need to unlock this mod as well. I'm seeing the vision here. I'm seeing the vision. I'm very much seeing the vision. Did I see a treated stick? Oh, no. Okay. Thank God. It's not a treated stick. I was like, we have to make a coke oven. Are you serious? No, you do not have to make a coke oven. Thank goodness. So, unfortunately, to get feathers, I think I know what the easiest way is going to be, and it is not that roost mod. Those of you may know what I'm going to do. Hey guys, you guys are looking real nice over here. I'm sorry, but this must be done. Let's make more brushes, and then go ahead and put those back. This guy has 2 crude brushes there. Why didn't you take the brush out? Okay, whatever. We'll just store them in here. It sounds like our infuser is done, which it is. We got our dust there, and we can throw those in. And see if we got more coal. We did. Just gonna keep working at create. We're gonna keep letting this guy brush up pebbles for us, and in the meantime, we're going to start digging towards this arcane grove. Let's see if I can't find it on the map. It looks like it's just gonna be black until we get closer. So I think what I'm gonna do is just start tunneling kind of this way until the compass starts pointing right, or maybe I think I'll go this way and then go until the compass starts pointing me in a different direction. I think I'm going to put the hole on this side, and we're going to go until it starts pointing directly to the left. We're also going to make sure to light up the place as best as we can while we're doing this. We don't want to have another mishap like in episode 1 where a bunch of stuff starts to spawn. So I think every few pieces of cobblestone here that I break, I'm going to place another torch. Okay, so as you can tell, this is going to be a pretty long tunnel. We've pretty much reached a point where we can turn left though. Because looking this way, it is going dead left, so that is where we are going to go next. And as you can tell, this is just how much cobblestone we have gotten. So I'm actually going to go back home and stick that stuff into our drawer. That's right, we need to take it out of our backpack first. It seems like that is all the drawer is going to take. So what happens with the cobblestone that's in here? Does it kind of sack up maybe? We can also take the gravel and give it to this guy. So another thing I noticed is that charcoal can also be used in the metallurgic infuser, and it actually will give you a 1-to-1 rate. So we should just be able to dump in 64 of this and then 64 of this, and we're going to get 64 steel, and that should be a good amount of steel that we can use, and that'll sustain us for a while, I hope. So yeah, we're just going to keep brushing up gravel, keep getting more resources, and keep digging towards this arcane grove. Okay, so temporarily I've gone ahead and set up an auto hammer to process cobblestone into gravel and then gravel into dirt, that we can then come over here and feed to this unearther, because I did read the quest further and realize that you can also get them from the archaeologist. So this guy is our archaeologist, and he is going to get that sapling when we level him up. Yeah, so it says level 3 is a journeyman, so you need to get him to expert or master. And then he'll be able to unearth that stuff for us. And I have been feeding this gravel into this guy, and he has been making us a lot of resources. We have 35 diamonds in here, and in here we have 51 total. So now think we've graduated from iron armor and never saw a second of usage, but we are going to craft diamond armor because of course you need diamond armor. Who does not? So get rid of that, put this on. We can, I guess, store that maybe for display one day, and then get rid of that. You can also see that I crafted a charger here, and I'm going to craft, I believe, a wooden crank somehow. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Need a wooden crank. Because we are able to charge up our entropy manipulator in here, I believe. It may be slow. Let's see, because this has 40.12k, and we'll charge it for a couple seconds here. And you say 40.6k. So while it is slow, we could charge our entropy manipulator that way. But I believe we should also be able to power this with energy cable. So that is also what I'm going to try to do here. Seems our infuser is done with that, so we should be able to get our steel now coming out of that. Let's see here. I think we need a redstone dust to make those energy cables so we can click properly. And let's go ahead and try to feed that into this. Yep, that will charge that for us. There we go. So now we have a charger, and you can just pipe FE into that, and we can get more lava that way. We also need to make a configurator. We want this one from Mekanism, which is just iron, osmium, and steel. Can we make that already? No, we're missing the osmium, actually. Let's go ahead and make that. And then we will set it to configure energy, and remove that connection for a clean cable line. Now that we have diamonds, what can we do? There's got to be something that we unlocked because of diamonds. No, I guess not. So now we're looking for this. What is the dependency for this? Infusing metals and then one hidden quest. Maybe it's got to do with create? I would imagine maybe it does have to do with that. So let's see if we can get further along in the create progression. But I think I am going to have to leave that for the next episode because I am unfortunately all out of time. If you guys are enjoying the playthrough so far, make sure to smash that like button. And while you're down there, make sure you subscribe for more content. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace out.